Last year you had a pretty big scoop when you signed Jan Böhmermann and Olli Schulz with their podcast Fest and Flauschig. What did they already do for the brand?
Well, obviously it's a very local proposition, but everywhere I've been, when I've been talking to advertisers and obviously internally within Spotify, it's clearly a big hit. And what we hope is it'll be just one step towards, continually expanding that area, podcasting in general, and original content as well, all areas that we are underway with. I think that was a great place to really kick things off and raise awareness, and hopefully there'll be many more of those to come.
What role does online audio play right now in the marketing mixes, and what role should it play?
So the role of music in the marketing mix is, the way we look at it is we talk about music being a mirror, and so for us this concept is about how music is a true reflection of individuals and what mood they're in, their tempo. And so we talk to advertisers about how that idea can be really important for them when they're trying, if you think a brand is trying to associate with music and with our listeners, having that right context, understanding the mood they're in, understanding the pace of the music, understanding what platform they're on, all these different criteria. That's what we describe as understanding people through music, and that's what we're trying to help advertisers associate with. And I think, today advertisers are looking for, I think, more genuine connections with their customers. And Spotify is a really great platform because it's quite intimate, music is very personal, and we can help bring those two things together.
So what role does data play in this, what you're doing?
Data is at the heart of all advertising now. The question is the quality of the data and how well it's used. And I think, obviously at Spotify, we have 140 million registered users, logged in users, and they are with something like 100 billion data events a day, what we describe as streaming intelligence. That is giving us those data signals to help us work with an advertiser to really own a particular moment or associate with a particular moment. So we'll know, for instance, if someone is working out, or perhaps they're on their commute, we'll have a number of data signals, such as we know they're in the car and we know the sort of pace of the music they're listening to. We will use these different elements to bring that advertiser and connect it with that moment, with the appropriate creative, and we think that will really cut through.
What would you say, what distinguishes Spotify?
Well, Spotify is the world's largest streaming music service, and we've been running now, as you know, for many, many years. So we've been building up intelligence on our listeners and tailoring both our service and our advertising products accordingly. So I think the idea of the quality of the data is really important. The fact that we have registered users that are logged in, that obviously gives us a different quality of data to some of the third-party companies that are making a lot of inference about people, that are working on probabilistic technologies. Ours is all deterministic. It's very clear that we know about our customers. So that quality of data is a differentiator, but I guess the music element of it, related to music, which is so central to everyone's lives, the combination of those two things is what differentiates us.
How can brands measure the success of their campaign running on Spotify? What metrics do you have? What metrics do you offer them?
So at Spotify, when it comes to measurement, we're trying to cater for all of our different segments. So for instance, in the CPG category, we work with Nielsen Catalina, carried out 14, 15 studies where we were able to demonstrate a direct link of sales within the store post running activity on Spotify. So, that answers that kind of, are we shifting product in the store? With brand advertisers who may be interested in, are our ads being seen, which is obviously a big question for today. Are our ads being seen? What are the completion rates, etc., etc.? All of those, we'll obviously give them all of that information. And then something in between about, when they want to understand what impact our advertising is having on purchase consideration, awareness, and so on. We run studies to back that up as well. So we try and make sure that for all the activity that's running, we're able to sustain all the answers to that.
Besides measurement, what is extremely important for brands is brand safety. Is brand safety an issue on Spotify, or how do you address this topic?
Well, I mean, it's one of my personal favorites, having moved over from a media agency to a publisher. Within Spotify, we have zero ad fraud. Everyone is logged in and registered, so we have zero ad fraud. We're app-based, almost, the majority is app-based, and therefore, with that, we eliminate fraud. On top of that, because the platform is built for viewability, we have a situation where all the ads are in view. In fact, in many cases, we trade on 100% viewable impressions with audio on as well. So we're ticking all the quality boxes, and fraud does not register in our ecosystem. So at the moment, we're obviously working with a lot of partners who are looking for that quality video inventory.